This is one of my new pickups, and as you can see, it's of the Blu-ray John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Now, a couple of interesting facts about this particular movie in question. When this came out in a cinema, it was one of the last films that I saw in a cinema before the pandemic hit. So that was one of the last times I really went to the cinema. And then even after the pandemic, when obviously things eased off, I still never really bothered going to the cinema again. And then some of it wasn't in fear because of what was happening during the pandemic, but it was more to do with the fact that these cinema prices, because I used to go and they used to do this deal in my local cinema where they used to have a Super Saver Tuesday, and then after the pandemic subsided, they stopped doing it, and since then they still haven't brought it back. So it's full prices for the tickets, which actually cinema tickets can be quite expensive, especially if there's multiple films that are out that you want to watch. So it's kind of been really difficult for me to go and see a lot of movies. But yeah, that was one of the last times I went. Obviously previously, of recent, I went to see the Flash movie, so that's the first time I've been to cinema in years. And then the other kind of quirky fact about this film is that I did buy this film ages ago, brand new, because this version of it on Blu-ray does come with you can get it with a slipcover. And then I managed to find it brand new for £2.99, and I couldn't actually believe it at the time because it was still going for, must be about between £7 and £10 at the time on Blu-ray, even brand new and second hand. And then I ordered it, and then it never arrived, unfortunately. And then they didn't have any other stocks available, so for a long time I was just waiting for a reasonable price point before I bought the actual movie. And then I've been waiting a very long time, and then suddenly one was available. I thought that was at a good price, and I suppose it helped with obviously with John Wick Chapter 4, which came out. We'll see, that probably helped drop down the price a little bit. Although now John Wick Chapter 4 is available on Blu-ray and 4K now, so, and then DVD. So it's probably gonna be a long wait before I buy that one, unless some miracle happens. So yeah, obviously this picks up all the events of John Wick Chapter 2. And I remember watching this in Chapter 3 in the cinema. One of the bits that kind of made me wince was the bit where he chops his finger off to prove his loyalty. That was a kind of bit nasty. But the what you get with the John Wick films is obviously lots of action, a pretty good story, and some unique kills, obviously, as only John Wick knows how to do. And obviously Keanu Reeves in the title role. Obviously he's made the role himself. Obviously, and it's very difficult to jump from one franchise to another franchise. I mean, only people like Harrison Ford have done it, where obviously you've had Blade Runner, where he made that role iconic, and obviously Han Solo and the Star Wars movies, which was iconic. I mean, obviously Indiana Jones, which another big franchise, was iconic, and obviously now he's joining the Marvel universe. So, some actors can do it, and obviously Keanu Reeves prior to this obviously was mostly known for in recent times as as Neo in the Matrix movies, and the previous movie Matrix Resurrection. But yeah, for me, we'll do like a mini review, even though I haven't seen this in ages. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. One of the standout things I thought that was great about this movie was Halle Berry. Seeing her doing an action role, and I think she's kind of underutilized. After seeing her in this particular movie, to me, she's been very underutilized. I mean, she can do it. And to me, she could easily become an action star, and especially after seeing her in this movie, and obviously her dogs as well, which I was frightened in the movie of them being hurt or killed. But thankfully, you don't have to worry about that. Well, John Wick would know, especially in the first movie. But the action in it was really top notch, and came out in the movie at the time being highly entertained and anticipating what would be happening in the next chapter, because what it does do, it leaves it on a cliffhanger where, like, now everybody, as they've put a contract in, and now everybody's gonna be after him. So obviously that sets up chapter 4, and you've got actors like the late Lance Reddick, who to me always had that distinct voice and that distinct look, and obviously he was able to be in John Wick Chapter 4, and then obviously sadly he passed away, which is a real shame. He's such a fantastic actor, not only when it comes to obviously playing serious roles, but he's actually very funny as well. So it's a real shame, and it's kind of really heartbreaking, of his passing. Really good underrated actor. Well, I wouldn't say he's underrated, but really fantastic actor. But yeah, John Wick was absolutely 3 was absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend his movie. And what's, I think, the shining point in all the John Wick films that I've seen so far, from chapter 1 to chapter 2, again, not chapter 4, only the trailers that I've seen, is the fact that Keanu Reeves pretty much does his own stunts for the most extent when it comes to the gunplay and the martial arts side of it. So you're always seeing his face when he's doing a move, and I think that gives it that authenticity when it comes to doing moves, because you can actually see him actually doing it, rather than it being you can clearly tell that some movies that it's a stunt double. I don't know, with the advent of CGI, you can easily map someone else's face over an actor's face to digitally put a digital double, so to speak. But there's nothing better when you actually see the actor doing it. I mean, similar to actors that do that is Tom Cruise, where he does a lot of his own stunts. So he always makes sure that the camera lingers on his face, that that it's him doing the stunts, and then the moves, and obviously especially his running in his Mission Impossible movies, and you get that with the Keanu Reeves John Wick movies, where it's always him pretty much doing all the moves and stuff. So it's kind of really great. I did read that they're going to be doing chapter 5, so that's going to be interesting as to where that's going to go, and what where that's going to be the story that's going to go to. Again, I haven't seen chapter 4, so I don't know. I did hear that chapter 4 is one of the is a pretty long movie. Chapter 3 at the time was the longest John Wick film to date. They are apparently doing some other spin-off movies from the John Wick universe, and they're also doing a couple of TV movie projects which are going to be spin-offs from the John Wick universe as well. So that's going to be very interesting, and again, I don't know when they're going to be coming out, or the set dates, and obviously especially with the strike, obviously that's going to been going on in America, the writer strike. That's obviously going to be slowing down production on a lot of things. So look forward to seeing more John Wick sequels in the future, more movie spin-offs from that universe, and obviously more TV spin-offs from the actual movie. So yeah, Lionsgate have really got themselves a big franchise there. So as you can see, it's Keanu Reeves, and it's John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. This is Prepare for War. Again, as I said, this is second hand. There's no slip cover for this. As you can see with this particular Blu-ray, there is a slip cover available if you buy it new, and even then it depends, because some places I've seen it brand new, it doesn't come with a slip cover, and some places I've seen it and it does come with one. So you kind of take your pick on whether or not you want a slip cover or not. But it doesn't. But the price doesn't change whether it comes with a slip cover or not. And I want to apologise for my sniffing and any coughing. I've got a slight flu, unfortunately, and I've got my drink with me to soothe my throat. So by the time I eventually upload this, I would have recovered from my flu. But as of this recording, still got it. So unfortunately, that's the case. It says that in this third installment of the adrenaline-fueled action franchise, Super Assassin John Wick, Keanu Reeves returns with a $14 million price tag on his head and an army of bounty hunting killers on his trail. After killing a member of the shadowy International Assassins Guild for High Table, John Wick is excommunicado, but the world's most ruthless hitmen and women await his every turn. So, as you can see by the description, everybody's after him, men and women. There's no discrimination as to who's going after him. And as we know, he's known as from the first movie, as we find out, as the Boogeyman. So, good luck in trying to take John Wick down. Anyway, we've got the special features. We've got the Parabellum, the Legacy of the High Table. We've got the check and shorts. There's quite a few. There's even a John Wick Hex game trailer, and behind the scenes of the John Wick Hex, and shoot by sight. So there's plenty there. The audio, as you can, I'll show you a close up so you can pause and you can check it for yourself. The audio is Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital, optimized for late night listening. So I don't know how that works. Audio description: French Dolby Digital 5.1. We've got Spanish Dolby Digital 5.1. We've got the aspect ratio 2:3 38:1. Runtime is 1 hour 30 minutes. 130 minutes, so that's 2 hours and 10 minutes approximately. Language English. Subtitles, sorry about the shaking. English, SDH, Spanish and French. So if you any language that aren't supported in there, you're going to be out of luck there. As I said before, Dolby Atmos. So if you've got the latest home cinema kit and caboodle, you're really going to get a great sound. Again, I don't know why this is out of focus. Just going on my actual phone here. Oh, yeah, we've got it back into focus now. Complete pain. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, we'll take a look here. If you buy it brand new, it does come obviously with the Blu-ray and a digital download. Obviously, mine's not going to work because obviously this is second hand, so the digital copy doesn't work. I do know that inside that you get, obviously that you would get the digital copy and a little pamphlet regarding the John Wick game, which I've never played, and I don't know if it's any good or not. You've got, what I do like about the Blu-ray disc is that you get the artwork from the actual movie, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and what I do like is obviously you've got the artwork on the front, and then on the actual Blu-ray disc itself, you've got a completely different artwork, which is great, because normally what they do is that they either, on the Blu-ray disc, they either don't put any artwork in it, so it's just a blue or a black finish or a silver finish to put finish, or they put the art, or if they do put artwork, they normally just put the artwork that's on the front cover of the actual packaging. And what I do like about this, as I said before, they've put a completely different artwork in it, which is kind of great. As I said before, this is the Blu-ray version, right? There is a 4K version of it available. Obviously, that's going to look much better in 4K, and especially if you've got the equipment to play it. You've got a standalone 4K player, or even the next-gen consoles, which actually do play in 4K. So which is what I would be doing if I had a 4K TV. So you've got that, and I'll show you my other two collection of the series, which I think I did buy them brand new, I think, at the time. So you can see here, I have John Wick 1, which is cool, and I have John Wick Chapter 2, which obviously this has a slip cover on there, so I don't know whether to fit all these onto one. So yeah, as you can see, as of this video, I've got the first 3. I do not have chapter 4, but yeah, I will eventually be getting that to complete my collection. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the action movies, and I'm a sucker for action movies and horrible deaths. Obviously not in real life, just in the movies, obviously, but yeah. So that's my unboxing and mini review of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. I highly recommend watching the movie if you already haven't, or any audio, and also the other movies in the series. And no doubt in my mind that Chapter 4 is going to be equally just as good, because the reviews I've seen about it, I've heard about that at the time of release when it came out. A lot of people loved it. While I did hear people say it was a little bit too long, but other than that, it was an enjoyable movie. So I'm really looking forward to watching Chapter 4 at some point in the future, and I will do a review of Chapter 4 when either I see it on a streaming service, or I eventually get around to buying a physical copy of it. But even if I see it on a streaming service, I will be buying a physical copy of it at some point to obviously complete my collection. Anyway, I hope people found this video informative. Please feel free to share with your friends and family. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate it. This will help people find my YouTube channel and content on YouTube, because of the YouTube algorithms favour the bigger YouTubers, so that would help me find a new audience. Also, if you already haven't, please feel free to consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see stuff like this or many other different content that's available on my YouTube channel. And it just leaves me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe and keep your loved ones close. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care and bye for now.